Guys, welcome to Dublin, Ireland, guys. I don't know if it's Dublin or Dublin. I think it's Dublin. But either way, the land of Guinness beer, leprechauns, and the color green. There's more to the country, more to this city, but that's what comes to mind when I first think of this place. Either way, don't let the sun fool you. I don't know if you can see the droplets. Hopefully they're not on screen, but it's been raining pretty much all day. And the weather forecast says it's gonna continue to rain all day, so we'll see how this goes. But straight ahead, this should be the place where we're gonna try, I would say, my first Irish dish. Although I'm from the US, and there's a lot of Irish people, I'm from the West Coast. I think many of the Irish are on the East Coast. Hopefully it's not too packed in here. Remember, in the US we would call this an Irish pub, but here it's just called a pub. I'm gonna try the famous Irish stew right here. My first official Irish meal. Y'all guys, it's hitting. Yes, it's good. Let me finish this and we're gonna talk afterwards. A lot of people inside. Bam. Destroyed. I'll listen to the English guys. Just got out of the restaurant. The stew was good. Irish stew with the mashed potatoes and cider bread. A lot of carbs, but it was good. It was good stuff. And let me say that the weather here seems like it's just as crazy as the English language spoken here. I was listening to the waiters. Oh man, brought me back to my days in Scotland with the crazy English. I was looking it up, and I think here they speak Irish, right, and English, but then they mixed the two, sort of like a patois. So yeah, it sounds crazy. I might try to see if I can find someone who can speak the local Irish patois, but I don't know. Well, it's been raining. People are trying to get to their destinations. We'll see. But either way, I'm pretty sure you can see the droplets on the screen. So let me figure this out. 1 second. All right, so we're gonna get a little bougie. Got the umbrella. But as you guys see, the rain is starting to come down. It's supposed to stop in the next maybe 30, 40 minutes. But here's what it looks like on a rainy day in Ireland, in Dublin. Okay, here we are, St. Patrick's Park. And then to the right is, damn, the tree's in the way. St. Patrick's Cathedral. And if you're wondering, is this named after like St. Patrick's Day? Is this the same guy? Yep. The famous person in Irish heritage. Supposedly though, and let me not say this too loudly, St. Patrick wasn't Irish. I believe he was born in Britain. He was kidnapped by Irish raiders and then went into slavery after that here in Ireland. Eventually he escaped, went back to Britain, But then he came back to Ireland to preach Christianity. That's what he's known for. He's credited with converting a lot of people here to Christianity. I have heard debates. Some say he converted the whole island to Christianity. Some say he was the first to convert people to Christianity, but I don't think that's true. You guys let me know. I don't think he was the first, and I don't think he converted the whole island to Christianity, but he was influential. A lot of churches and monasteries were created during his time here. So if you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, there you go. That's the story. That's why. To the left should be a popular walking strip. It's gonna be a typical strip, shops, maybe some street performers, little eateries. But what I want you guys to notice, and what I'm gonna look out for is, well, hold on, let me 1 second, let me get through all this. Okay, so basically there's debate between, I think it's Scotland and Ireland, for the redhead capital of the world, like the redhead country of the world. I was in Scotland, and I will say I didn't notice it that much. To be honest, I wasn't really looking for it. Wasn't really checking to see, who had red hair and who didn't. But just from what I remember, I didn't notice it that much. And I was in both. And let me make sure I get this right, because the Scottish people, they're gonna get upset. I was in Glasgow. I think that's how you pronounce it, in Edinburgh. Didn't really notice it that much, but Ireland's supposed to be another top dog when it comes to red hair, redheads. So that's what I'm gonna look out for. Enjoy the view, but just keep that in mind. Redhead capital of the world, or supposedly so. I will say from so far, from getting on the plane and my first day walking, I think I would have to give it to Ireland as far as the redhead capital. Well, they got spots over here as well. We'll keep walking straight. And keep in mind too, there's probably a lot of tourists here as well, so this street probably doesn't count. Oh, Mingo. Left side strongest. Oh, you can't see. Well, now you can. Left side. We have a redhead right here, but I think that's fake. Oh, yep, right there with the brown skirt. And shout out to the Irish. Some of you guys saw that. Some of you guys didn't. Don't worry about it. If you didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Ireland. Like, look to the right, you got the three walking to the right with the redheads. I think Scotland's population is larger than Ireland, so maybe they have more just because they have more people. But as far as percentage-wise, I think I have to give it to Ireland. Like right here too, right side. You probably can't see right there, right side. Another one on the right side right here. Yeah, I'll probably have to give it to Ireland. So that's mainly why we walked on this street. We're in another neighborhood. We're getting close to the water, or Wa'a. I don't know if that's how they pronounce it out here, Wa'a. But I do know Irish people, they say three the same way Jamaicans say it. They say tree. tree. So I don't know the history behind that, but they say tree. Look like mini square. And there's a lot of pubs and eateries and drinks, as you can see, go straight down that way. But we're headed over here to go get a nice view of the city. Man, the weather looks completely different. Completely different. Here goes the other side. Beautiful water. A lot of tour groups, and then bam, a memorial in remembrance of the famine here, which goes by different names. Some call it the Great Famine, the Irish Potato Famine, the Great Hunger, but you get the gist. So, as you guys know, there's always more to the story, and hopefully you can hear me because the wind is blowing pretty hard. Okay guys, sorry about that. I forgot where I left off. Okay, so but I think I'm cool here. It's pretty loud. I don't think anyone will hear me. So, like I was saying, a lot of people here in Ireland back in the day depended on potatoes, not only for nourishment, but also income. And so when the disease hit that killed most of the potato crops, yeah, a lot of people starved and a lot of people immigrated out of Ireland. Another thing I want to point out is that the famine that I just talked about altered history. It altered the world, believe it or not. So how did that famine alter the world, Sly? Well, Ireland used to be a part of the UK. So they were controlled by the British. And it is said, I'm sure many British would disagree, that... hold on. Okay, it's said that during the famine, the British didn't do enough. Matter of fact, it said that during the famine, Britain was still exporting, meaning taking food out of Ireland and shipping it back to Britain, even though a lot of people were starving. So that revitalized the movement for independence to what you see today. This is the Republic of Ireland, no longer part of the UK. I will say though that there's two Irelands. There's this Ireland and then there's Northern Ireland, which is still part of the UK. That's another story, another day. They stayed a part of the UK. Now let's get back to what I spoke about earlier. Remember, estimates vary. Estimates vary, but over a million plus people is said to have starved and died. And then another 2+ million immigrated out. Can you guess one of the countries they went to? If you're from the East Coast, you should have got this. A lot went to the US. Matter of fact, at one point in time, nearly half of all immigrants were Irish. That's how many Irish were going to the US. And that's why you have that big Irish influence on the East Coast. And so other ways that famine changed history is St. Patrick's Day, said to be the most popular Saints Day in the world. I don't think many of us I don't think many of us would know about that if many of the Irish didn't go to the US. Another holiday is Halloween. It's said to come from an old Celtic Irish celebration called Samhain or something like that. Samhain. Basically, Halloween is the Irish invented Halloween. Okay, we'll just say that. Another thing is McDonald's. Some people say McDonald's, however you want to pronounce it. The co-founders obviously were American, but their parents were Irish. They're of Irish ancestry. So for some of you guys who are obese, okay, you guys can thank the Irish for that, for going to the U.S. and creating McDonald's. You can thank the Irish. And last but not least, because a lot of people went to the U.S., or a lot of Irish went to the U.S., a lot of Americans have Irish ancestry, obviously. And one way you can tell this is from the last name, or as some people say, the surname. So popular Irish last names. Usually, if it starts with an O and then has an apostrophe, it's an Irish last name. So for example, this street we're on is called O'Connor Street. Okay, then you have O'Neill, O'Sullivan, Rosie O'Donnell, right? O'Donnell. I think I said O'Connor already. You guys get the gist. Another popular Irish last name is Kennedy, like John F. Kennedy. Okay, I just spoke about one already. You have McDonald, or some say McDonald, right? Said to be an Irish last name. Oh, also Obama. Nah, I'm just playing. Obama's not an Irish last name. I think that's Kenyan, if I'm not mistaken. That's a Kenyan last name. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. A lot of Irish ancestry in the U.S. Even the famous Boston Celtics team has it's Irish influence, right? Celtics, the green. I think there's a leprechaun as the logo. Yeah, it was themed after all the Irish folks down in that region, in the Boston region. As you guys see, the weather has quickly changed, but it's okay. We're about to end the video. We're heading to one more place. We're heading to a very popular place that's it's actually Irish. I didn't know that, but I'm so thankful for it. So give me 1 second. Probably about 5 minutes out. All right, shout out to the Irish for this store right here to the right called Pennies. I don't know if you can see it. Pennies. Now in Europe, in other parts of Europe, the name is changed to Primark. Right? Primark. So it's the same store. This is a Irish company. Did not know that. I'm going in here because, oh man, they have some very cheap clothing. For the bourgeois listening, I know you're cringing right now, but for me, like, hold on, I gotta close this umbrella. Hold on real quick. Yeah, like I was saying, man, they have some very cheap clothing. To me, it's sort of like a Ross, if you're from the US, like a Ross with a TJ Maxx with the H&M. But I'm going in here just to get some shirts. Yeah, the shirts here are like maybe $3-4. Yeah, here's what I mean. This is the shirts I go for, $4.50 is a pound. I think that's pounds. Damn, so that's like $6. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. Pretty cheap t-shirts. I think they're cheaper in I think it was Scotland. They were cheaper. But anyways, let me grab some of these and we're gonna end the video. Before I forget, let me show you the room real quick. For people wondering, Dublin is expensive. This is an Irish store. It's called Pennies. But in other parts of Europe, they changed the name to Primark because there's already a popular department store chain called J.C. Penney's. So that's why in other European countries it's called Primark. But here they just kept the name Pennies. And let me show you guys the Irish swag before I end the video. To the fashionistas, to those who love designer, don't judge me and don't hate. So, first shirt, this is going to be the everyday kind of walking around shirt. Kept it simple. Next one, I like this because it goes with everything. This is going to be more, if I want to, style and stunt and show off a little bit for some people here in Europe. If I meet that special someone and I want to go on a date, then I'll get a little fancy and I'll wear this one. This one is, man, one of my favorites. Now this is going to be special occasions, so business meetings, things of that nature, going to a ball or, BET Awards, something like that. This last one is going to be, I think maybe just a workout shirt. Okay, so this is going to be the shirt I work out in. So there you guys have it, the Irish swag. And let me end the video right here. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Just a simple day in Ireland. As you guys saw, the weather changed. Pretty much every 30 minutes the weather changed. But we still made it work and we still got to explore. So I want to stay here longer, but due to flight delays, flight cancellations, missed layovers, weather storms, I got to Dublin a little later than expected. Lost some money out on hotel days, but it's okay. I'll probably come back sometime in the future. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Deuces.